Ladies and gentlemen, or afternoon or evening, welcome to Panda Performance Training. Workout number 3 today, 3 days in a row. We got videos. If you can go back, you can look at all of the other workouts. So we're going to continue to do this. What we do here is we're just going to give you a workout. I'm going to demonstrate all of those movements just so that you can do those at home. Or if you don't have the equipment, we'll give modifications to those workouts. One thing I did forget to mention, yesterday I forgot to answer the question of the day at the end. And so the question of yesterday was, what will May bring? Yesterday, May 1st. Today, May 2nd. Yesterday, question of the day, what will May bring? May will bring problems. That is for sure. Today's question of the day. What's your go-to snack? My go-to snack? Stay tuned for after. I'll answer it at the end of this video. The workout of the day. 3 movements again, basic. We have push-ups. We have 3 of them. We have 6 ground to overhead, just like the name implies. We're taking something from the ground and we're putting it directly overhead. Like that movement, every human being should be able to take something off of the ground and put it up overhead. I relate this to, putting something from the ground up on the top shelf in a cabinet or something. You bring groceries home. This is an absolute necessity to be able to do, to function by yourself at home. And so that's kind of the goal for these movements and for what we do, to be able to do this until we're 150 years old. Keep that in mind. Last movement is 9 calories on the row. I want to substitute. If you don't have a rower here, here's a Concept 2 rower. I know some of you have a rower at home or some sort of machine where we can be on that or that'll count calories. Or if it's only time, what I want you to do is jump on that thing for, I'm going to say roughly 45 seconds to a minute, right? If you want to make it easy, just go for a minute. For 45 seconds to a minute on some sort of machine. If you don't have a machine, what we want to do is, I'm going to say, encourage either burpees or jumping jacks. Kind of get your heart rate up a little bit. And so we'll substitute that. I'm trying to think of a better substitute for a row. But that's kind of where we're headed. I want kind of the cardio to get up. And so jumping jacks or burpees would be, I think, a good substitute for today's workout especially. All right? Drop the questions below. Today is Cinco de Dos, May 2nd. Let's go over the movements. Push-ups. All right? Big thing here, tight core. We want to maintain stability here in the core. All right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to my knees, and we're going to start here. Okay? Flat back. You can see here, I'm a flat back here. I want to go ahead and maintain control, chest all the way to the ground and then up. Ideally, if I can get my knees off of the ground and maintain this control throughout the whole way, that's kind of the idea. All right, hands directly kind of right here, just like a push press, directly out in front. Or if that's too difficult for you, you can go ahead and do something like a push-up on the wall, right? So I'll go over here to the rack. Once we get this all cleaned up, can you see me here? And I can just push myself up off of the rack or something stable like that, all right? So push-ups, only 3 of them. So give me a good 3 solid push-ups, all right? Ground to overhead, one of my favorite movements. Again, we talked about it, why you should be able to take something off of the ground and put it up overhead. Things to do that, you can do that with anything. What I think that we should be able to do is if you have a plate. We did a lot of ground to overhead back at our CrossFit. That's just going to kind of continue on. Love the movement. You can choose any weight. Right here I have a 10-pound plate. That's kind of the lightest bumper plate that we have. I think we went all the way up to a 45-pound plate. Yeah, we did go. We went up to a 45-pound plate, ground to overhead. We're doing 6 of them But again, if you're just starting out, if you're just at home, you can take anything, right? You can do a plate, you can do a jug, you can do anything, right? Or you can do air, right? Air, ground to overhead. Ground to overhead. So with a plate, all right, again, this all goes back to that deadlift. That's why we started that workout with a deadlift, because everything, we're always kind of picking things up off of the ground. So most important part, keeping that back nice and flat. I like to have the plate up and open in the face here, okay? So as I touch to the ground, I want to think about a line. I want to stand straight up, use my power here with my legs. Remember, push the floor away. I'm going to extend here, my shoulders, and I'm going to shrug. This now turns, keeping it close to your body, and then we press out completely through. All right, bringing it back down, it's just the opposite. Keep it in front of your face, and then we'll turn it, and then we'll drop the hips again, touch, and extend, and extend, and extend. All right, easy enough, very simple movement, ground to overhead. Now, if you are incorporating the barbell, you know the movements is a clean and a jerk or a snatch. There's a couple different ways to get the bar from the ground to overhead, but most efficient would be a clean and jerk, all right? But we're sticking basic. We're sticking basic for the folks that don't have a barbell yet, that are just getting introduced to us. And but if you've been following us for a while now, if you just kind of transferred right over and you have a barbell, that's what I would do for your ground to overhead. Typical weight that we use. Again, I think I'm going to get away from using any really weight, and it's really going to be up to you. We'll show you what we use, but just again from the standard, if you just don't have any weight whatsoever, if you're not familiar with the weight, just know that it's 95-65 was kind of the, I'm going to say the standard in our CrossFit, right? 95-65, and if you wanted to go super heavy, it ended up being 135 and then 95, kind of separated. So keep that in mind. But again, by no means at all are we saying that you need to use that weight. In fact, I'm not going to use that weight. I'm going to stay nice and light. I'm going to do it with a plate of some sort of weight. I can tell you when we did that first workout, again, I've been out a month, super tired, right? I mean, I'm going to say tired, just out of it. And so I'm taking it nice and slow. In fact, yesterday, didn't even do the workout, so took a day off after my day back after a month. Did a workout, day off, and then I'm definitely going to get back at it today. Probably with both of these workouts, to be honest. The one from yesterday and the one from today. All right, last movement. Again, 9-calorie row. Not going to go over the row for today. That's going to be kind of a separate movement that we're doing, but if you do have a rower, you probably are familiar with kind of our technique on the row, and that's kind of going to be a separate movement as well for those people that have row. But again, if you don't have a rower or a machine, or if you do have a different type of machine that doesn't count calories, we're looking at 45 seconds to a minute, or about a minute of jumping jacks or burpees, and then you can settle in and kind of get your pace out for that. All right, 10 rounds today, 10 rounds. Make sure you have a clicker. You might lose track of your rounds and where you are in the workout. So, what questions do you have for me? Drop them below. We've been on now about 9 minutes, trying to keep these down to 10 minutes or less. And so that's been successful today. Question of the day, I almost forgot to answer that. What's my go-to snack? You probably already know this if you've been following our stories or anything like that. Bananas and peanut butter. Just the go-to snack. Usually we always have them in the house, and there's always some sort of banana or peanut butter in the house. So my go-to snack, bananas and peanut butter. Not a lot of peanut butter, sometimes a lot. Yeah, sometimes a lot, but not, you don't want to make it too much. But what's your go-to snack? Let me know. Drop it. Drop a DM. Shoot us a DM. Drop it in the comments below. And have fun with this workout, right? 3 days in. If you've been following these workouts, I know you're going to be successful. and it's just getting through it, right? It's just a little mindset thing. So 3 workouts. This is the 3rd workout, 10 minutes today, and looking forward to having you join us. If you're interested in the Panda Squad, we're just starting that off. Again, that's where we go deep into these workouts. We go questions, we go live. We answer your questions inside that private Facebook group. You get an app to track all your workouts. You get to see the workouts ahead of time. A lot of benefits to being part of the Panda Squad here as we start to get this up and situated. All right, glad to have you with us. Again, my name's Pete. Welcome to Panda Performance Training. See ya.